The hook, the hazard in plain sight. 90% of the so-called heavy-duty oven cleaners sitting on the shelves of your local grocery store right now come with a warning that should honestly terrify you. Wear rubber gloves. Open every window. Do not inhale. Why? Because their main active ingredient is usually sodium hydroxide, better known as lye. This is the exact same brutally corrosive alkali used in industrial drain openers to dissolve hair and organic blockages. And somehow, through decades of aggressive marketing, we've all been convinced that spraying this caustic poison inside the same sealed metal box where we roast Sunday dinner for our families is normal. It isn't. Today, I'm going to show you how to use one of the simplest principles in household chemistry, something as basic as a high school soap-making reaction, to melt away rock-hard, carbonized oven grease using ingredients that cost less than a cup of coffee. It's a method that works with patience instead of toxicity. The $26 billion cleaning industry has zero incentive to tell you this exists because a $2 box of baking soda can't generate recurring revenue. They didn't stop recommending this because it failed. They stopped because it worked too well. Welcome to the lab. If you're tired of trading your lung health for a clean kitchen, stay with me. The industry's dirty secret. Every time you use one of those power degreaser sprays, it feels effective because it works fast. But in the world of chemical engineering, speed has a price. To give you that spray and wipe instant gratification, companies have to crank up the chemical aggression to the absolute limit. They've normalized a dangerous trade-off. These products leave behind an invisible molecular film that lingers in the seams, the pores of the metal, the textured surfaces of your oven. Now, ask yourself, what happens the next time you preheat that oven to 400 degrees? That residue doesn't just vanish. It reactivates. It vaporizes. It begins to circulate inside that enclosed space, seasoning your pizza, your roast vegetables, and your children's meals with the remnants of industrial degreasers. For households with kids, pets, or anyone with asthma, this isn't just a chore, it's a liability. The industry wants you to believe you need extreme force to win. But ordinary people don't need a scorched earth policy. What we have is something the industry hates. We have time. And once you stop trying to win with brute force and start using intelligence, time becomes your most lethal cleaning tool. The science of saponification. To kill the mess, you have to understand its DNA. No matter how black, crusted, or fossilized that oven grime looks right now, it all started life as fat. Animal lipids, vegetable oils, splattered drippings. These are the building blocks of your oven's armor. When these fats meet an alkaline substance under the right conditions, they undergo a transformation called saponification. Here's the secret formula. Fat plus alkali, soap plus glycerol. This is the key mental shift. Instead of attacking the grease from the outside, scraping it, gouging it, or blasting it with poison, we are going to convert it from the inside. We aren't forcing the mess off the metal. We are changing what the mess is. We are turning stubborn, water-resistant grease into something that behaves like soap, so it can finally let go of its grip on your oven walls. In short, we're making the oil remove itself. The ingredients, your two-part arsenal. To trigger this reaction, you don't need a lab coat. You just need two kitchen staples the industry wants you to ignore: dish soap and baking soda. 1. Dish soap, the advanced team. Most people think dish soap is just for bubbles. In this protocol, it plays a much more tactical role. Baked-on grease develops a dense, water-resistant surface. If you just throw an alkali on top, it beads up and slides off. Dish soap contains surfactants. These molecules lower surface tension, breaking the defensive barrier of the grime, so our mixture can actually penetrate and make deep contact. 2. Baking soda, the heavy hitter. Chemically known as sodium bicarbonate, this is a food-grade mineral. You can literally eat it. Unlike lye, it isn't violent. It creates a stable, mildly alkaline environment. We don't need the chemical aggression of a drain cleaner. We just need a sustained, gentle nudge to start the saponification process. The protocol, step by step. If you have an oven that looks like an archaeological site, here is your recovery protocol. Step 1, the master paste. Take a bowl, add about half a cup of baking soda. Squeeze in 2 to 3 tablespoons of dish soap. Now add warm water very slowly, stir as you go. You are looking for a specific texture. Think thick cake frosting or toothpaste. It needs enough body to hang onto the ceiling of the oven without dripping. If it's too runny, the chemistry can't happen. Step 2, the tactical coating. Pull out the racks. Using a sponge or even gloved hands, paint this paste over every greasy inch of the interior. Focus on the kill zones, the blackened corners, and the splatter patterns. Note, avoid the heating elements and the fan. Those areas don't need the paste, and we don't want any new oven smells next time you cook. Step 3, the thermal trigger. This is the part most people get wrong. Chemistry needs energy. Think of the molecules like people on a dance floor. At room temperature, they're just standing around. We need them to move. Close the oven door. Set it to 50 degrees C, about 120 dresters, the lowest warm setting you have. Let it run for just 5 minutes, then turn it off immediately. We aren't baking the paste. We are creating a chemical steam room. This gentle warmth softens the fats and accelerates the reaction without drying out the moisture. Step 4, the overnight vault. Now you do the hardest thing for a modern consumer to do. Nothing. Walk away. Go to bed. Let it sit for at least 8 to 12 hours. While you sleep, the surfactants are tunneling into the grime and the baking soda is slowly converting that baked-on armor into a soft, water-soluble sludge. You aren't standing there gagging on fumes. You're letting time do the work for you. The reveal and the rinse. When you open the door the next morning, the transformation will be visible. That residue that felt like burnt ceramic yesterday will now feel dark, muddy, and soft. Get a basin of warm water and a sponge. You'll find that the grime doesn't just wipe, it lifts. You aren't scrubbing with your muscles, you're just collecting the debris that the chemistry has already defeated. The final secret, the acid rinse. You might see some white, chalky streaks left behind. That's just dried baking soda. Don't panic. Put some plain white vinegar in a spray bottle and spritz those areas. You'll hear a faint fizzing. That's the acetic acid neutralizing the last of the alkali. It wipes away clean, leaving the metal bright and, more importantly, chemically neutral. Why they don't want you to know. Let's be honest about the numbers. A single bottle of premium oven degreaser costs between $10 and $18. If you clean your oven twice a year, that's a steady stream of revenue for companies that also sell you the gloves and the masks you need to survive using their product. They've built a subscription model for your household chores. But a 10 lb bag of baking soda from a farm supply store or a bulk warehouse costs next to nothing and lasts for years. It doesn't expire. It doesn't require a hazmat suit. And it doesn't leave a toxic footprint on your family's food. The industry buried this knowledge under layers of synthetic formulas and flashy commercials. They made you believe that natural means weak. But as we've seen, the strongest tool in the world isn't a chemical. It's an understanding of how the world works. If this video made sense to you, subscribe and hit the bell. This is where we dig up what the industry buried. We're moving away from the subscription to chemicals and moving back toward logic, science, and self-reliance. I put the full saponification protocol in a PDF guide linked in the description, along with 5 other forbidden cleaning hacks that the big brands would rather you didn't see. Stop paying for the poison. Start using the science. I'll see you in the next vault. Real science, real life. Stay safe out there.